have to verify that. أن تصيبوا قوما بجهالة فتصبحوا على ما فعلتم نادمين. Otherwise, you will pass judgments and make judgments about others, and then you regret later on. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم in hadith narrated by Anas يقول التأني من الله والعجلة من الشيطان. Taking your time and verifying things and not hastening to do things, this is called ta'anni in Arabic. It is from Allah. It is something that Allah likes and loves. وَالْعَجَلَ, and hastening, rushing to do things is always from shaitan, because it will lead to miscalculations and misjudgments and problems and sins and what have you. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the first of our examples to do that. Even with somebody who is coming to make iqrar, which is confess. He said, Ya Rasulullah, tahirni, I have committed one of the major sins and I need to be purified. He said, وَيْحَكْ إِرْجَعْ فَاسْتَغْفِرِ اللَّهَ وَتُبْ إِلَيْهِ. What is wrong with you? Go back and ask forgiveness from Allah, and Allah would forgive you. And this person will go a little bit, far away. He didn't give any details about any sin, and he will come back to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, not far away. He said the same thing, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam would say the same thing. Go back and ask forgiveness from Allah. Allah will forgive you 3 times, until he said, Ya Rasulullah, I'm pretty much sure I have done something. And he said, what did you? And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam still, he did not. This is one narration of the hadith. He said, well, you probably go, and first he asked, Amajnoon, is that person crazy? Do you know of any mental illness? He is verifying, because what he is confessing will lead to his death, basically his death. He said, no, لا نعلم به جنونا. We don't know that he's sound person. Then he said, well, somebody go فليستنكهه, which means like let somebody go and smell him. Did he drink any wine? Is he in full, mental capacity? Then after he made sure that he's in full mental capacity, he listened to him. He said, what do you have? He said, قال أزنيت, قال أزنيت, and he's still verifying. Did you do the intercourse? It wasn't. And he kept verifying that. Even if somebody in front of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam giving clip, he is still verifying it from that person. The Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam one day in the minbar, and somebody came in Salat al-Jum'ah, and he sat down. He said, Qum ya fulan, Sulaym, did you pray 2 rak'ah before you sit down? He's asking. He saw him sitting down. But he said, did you pray 2 rak'ah? He said, no. He said, go pray 2 rak'ah and وتخفف فيهما وتجوز فيهما. Make them light before you sit down, according to the madhab, the known madhab of the scholars. So, Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam, when al-Hudhud, one of his soldiers, by the order of Allah, this bird came with that news for him, piece of news for him. He said, قَالَ سَنَنْظُرْ أَصَدَقْتَ أَمْ كُنْتَ مِنَ الْكَاذِبِينَ. We will verify that, and we will look into that, whether you are telling the truth or that's a lie. Let's use this as a principle in our life, sanandur. I'm going to take my time to verify this, especially in the time that we live nowadays, and we have 2 major things in there. One thing is that rumors are everywhere, and news can come to you very easy from left and right, and you can read a lot of things, and you can hear a lot of things about people that you know, about people that you do not know. This is one dimension, one side. The other side is, it's very easy, it's never been easier than it is nowadays to spread things. All it takes is forward, or share, or say it to somebody, or send it to somebody, and it reaches everybody. So it is really, if anybody is in need for a ta'anni and for verifying things, it is this time, more than any other time. دخل رجل على عمر بن عبد العزيز. A man came to Al-Khalifa, Umar ibn Abd al-Aziz, and he said, he mentioned something to him about someone else. He said, well, it's going to be one of 2 things. You will be from the people described in the ayah, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إن جاءكم فاسق بنبأ فتبينوا. Allah said, oh believers, if fasiq came to you with a piece of news, with a naba, you have to verify that. Or, if not this one, then you will be from the people of the next ayah, هَمَّازٍ مَشَّاءٍ بِنَمِيمٍ, which is somebody who carries the news all around. Or the third thing, I will forgive you. Which one do you choose? He said, I ask forgiveness from you. وجاء رجل أحد العلماء. He came and he said, إن فلانا يشتمك. Such and such is, insulting you. قال أما وجد الشيطان رسولا غيرك. He said, such and such is insulting. He said, the shaitan, the devil, did not find a messenger better than you to send him. And then this same person came to that scholar a few minutes after that, or a few seconds after that, as that person was there. فَسَلَّمَ عَلَيْهِ وَأَكْرَمَهُ وَأَجْلَسَهُ بِجْوَارِهِ. Then he gave him salam, and this person that just heard that, he was not affected by it. He actually corrected that person. He said, that's not right. Actually, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam one day did that, because some people were talking to him about munafiqun and about some people who say stuff about him. He said, إِنِّي أُحِبُّ وَأُرِيدْ أَنْ أَخْرُجَ إِلَى أَصْحَابِ سَلِيمَ الصَّدْرِ. I would like to come to my friends not having anything in my chest. So it is one of the diseases, one of the desires, that if you get the beginning of a thread or something, you want to get to the bottom of that. Even if it's not your business. I want to get to the bottom of that. What happened? SubhanAllah, this is a different family. This is another person. This is the private affairs of someone else. This is the business of somebody else. And it's not related to you in any way. And you still want to, listen to that and get to the bottom of that and then probably spread it. And even before you get to know everything, many times do you know what happened? We ask questions. And this is how rumors went. Do you know what happened in this? I heard some people talking about what happened in the house of such and such. That's actually, by you asking that question, you are spreading it more and more. And we have all, let me quote this quickly, get this quotation from Abu Ishaq al-Qirawani. He said, one of the wise people, he said, إِيَّاكَ وَالْعَجَلَ. Be aware of al-ajala, which is hastening to do things without verifying. فَإِنَّ الْعَرَبَ كَانَتْ تُكَنِّيهَا أُمُّ النَّدَامَةِ. Arabs used to call it the mother of all regrets. And he said, قال لأن صاحبها يقول قبل أن يعلم. He said, the one who always hastens, he will say before he gets solid knowledge of what he's saying. ويجيب قبل أن يفهم. And he will give answers before he even understands the question. قال ويعزم قبل أن يفكر. He will make some determinations before he really thoroughly think about the matter. ويقطع قبل أن يقدر. And he will make some judgments before he really comprehends what's going on. ويحمد قبل أن يجرب. Just by watching a little video or saying something, oh yeah, that is the best food in the world, that is the best thing in the world, that is the best person, he will easily go ahead and praise something without really getting to the details of وَيَذُمْ قَبْلَ أَنْ يَخْبُرْ. And he will, the opposite, he will, dispraise somebody or discredit somebody or something before really he gets to the bottom of that, just because he watches, a 40 seconds video about something. Or قال ولن يصحب هذه الصفة أحد إلا صاحب الندامة. Somebody whose life is like this and whose attitude is like that is going to be always regretting things. So it's not hasten to make decisions or judge people. Otherwise, we will be always losing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن. You avoid most of or a lot of the assumptions. Do not assume things about others. في حادثة الإفك, one of the things that happened and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and his family was affected by that. Everybody at a certain point was talking for 1 full month about his wife, al-Mu'mineen, the mother of the believers, Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha. Because of the long story that she was left behind the caravan, and then this man came and he offered her a ride and he brought her. Then everybody started with the munafiqun, the hypocrites. And some of the good people even were involved in that. And it was going on in Medina for so long. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed Surah An-Nur about that to, reveal things and make things clear that she was innocent. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given us some instructions. When you hear it, what you're supposed to do, لَوْلَا إِذْ سَمِعْتُمُوهُ ظَنَّ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتُ بِأَنفُسِهِمْ خَيْرًا. If only when you hear that, you think of your own selves. Aisha is your mother, is one of the believers like you. So when you think bad of others, you are thinking bad of yourself. When you're thinking good of others, other members of the ummah, you're thinking good of yourself. ظَنَّ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتُ بِأَنفُسِهِمْ خَيْرًا. When you hear something, first assume something. Maybe he got an excuse that I am not aware of. And then, if it is, there, لولا إِسْسَمِعْ, do not be involved. لولا إِسْسَمِعْ قُلْتُمْ مَا يَكُونُ لَنَا أَن نَتَكَلَّمَ بِهَذَا. If only when you hear it, you say, no, we're not supposed to say and spread and talk about anything like this. You do not get involved into it. First you think, try your best to think good. And if you cannot do that, at least do not talk and do not spread it, because many times rumors and ghayba wa namima and all will come all the way to us, to our emails, to our, you're sitting somewhere and somebody is talking about it. So it has to stop there. Unless you do the opposite and refute it and give it back to the person and never be part of that vicious circle of rumors. Because if now the talk is about X, Y, Z, X person, the next time is going to be about you and your family and your business and your private matters. So one of the most important things is, before you spread anything about Deen al-Islam, والله أنا أعرف I see a lot of ajib, a lot of things that it doesn't really need a scholar or a alim or even a student of knowledge to say that this is a mystery, this is not Islamic thing. And many of our friends and our people with good intention, they will send it to you. It will come to your email. A lot of crazy things. Yes, it has this plot, this drama in it, or this fun part, or whatever, attractive part, for anybody who receives it to spread it. And we see people spreading it on a large scale, when it's not really. You have to verify it before you say something. This is Muhammad ﷺ, the Prophet, is the one who judged that, or did that. You have to verify that. And you have to make sure that this is Islam before you spread it. Because it's the same thing like somebody is spreading medical advice somehow. You would not take it, you would not believe in it. Actually, some people would do that, but nobody will believe it. They have to go to the doctors and physicians. They have to verify that when it affects their own body. So let's not do that with our religion, and make sure that we'll verify it. And then if it's worth spreading, spread it. We have so many groups nowadays that receive every kind of thing about Islam, and sometimes it's not really acceptable what we receive. فالتثبت جزاكم الله خير وصلى الله عليه وسلم